everybody. Welcome to the Beyond Belief Burger. We're going to make for you today, but first, with super positive thoughts when we're cooking. My sister's saying a couple of wonderful words before we put super positive feelings and emotions into this wonderful treat.
I'm Jennifer Bliss, Jayananda's sister, and when you cook, it's really important to put positive energy into your food, because as we live in a very chaotic, crazy world, it's, to take a moment and
not answer
the phone. and to be able to pray over your food, or dedicate your food to a higher cause. And so what I always like to do is say, Mother, Father, God, please bless our food. May it be filled with your divine love and light. And when we eat it, may it give us strength and health and help us to do our part to make the world a better place for all beings.
We're going to make something so incredible that you're going to want to make it again and again, and each time it'll be different because it's beyond belief, right? Hi, I'm Julian Bliss again. Welcome to the kitchen of the Veganitarian, which is basically a vegan-oriented diet. We encourage everybody to try that as much as possible, and request all their family members to try that diet and bless the food before they eat it with positive, ultra positive thinking and ultra happy emotions coming out of your heart. Okay, so this is what we're doing with the Impossible Burger, which is not an impossible burger. This is completely possible, but I'm calling it the Beyond Belief Burger because you can use leftover ingredients, and that's the key. You're like, what do you make? And you want to make a difference in something. You don't want something always the same thing taste every day. No, you want different flavors, different tastes, and multiple flavors. The more flavors and the more varieties makes it more tasty. You just have to know how to salt it properly. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're taking some, want to get a close-up of these nuts. I chopped a few little nuts. This is not so important as actually is a nut butter that you like. We usually use peanut butter. You can use another type of butter if you like almond butter or cashew butter, but that gives it a real nutty flavor. Or you can add a little hemp seeds to give it that nutty taste. And you take leftover. This is buckwheat, so people who can't have rice or something, we can use buckwheat, or and who can't have soy, we also have brown rice, miso. There's different types. These are the most important ingredients I'm going to go with first, so you get an idea how. This is a dark one. This is a light colored one called mellow yellow. And this is Bragg's. You can use, if you don't have these, this is kind of like a soy sauce. So those are key ingredients. And oregano and basil leaves. These are naturally, organically grown. You can buy your own in the stores, or you can get it. And you try to put everything together in such a way, using leftover rice, quinoa, or sticky rice might be a little better actually, because it helps stick together. And if it doesn't stick together, you're going to use tapioca flour as like 1 or 2 tablespoons to represent kind of like an egg consistency, to give it that stickiness, to hold it together. Okay, so basically I'm going to just take some of this and I'm going to put it in, but I want to get all the liquid out. So I'm going to try to pour the liquid out. And if you don't have a sieve, is there a sieve here? Let's see here. You can also add, actually another thing I was going to say, you can add pasta in there too to give it an interesting texture. I like to cut some fresh vegetables as well to give it that really freshness too. In different carrots or beets, or some kind of vegetables are really nice to put. But let's just say let's wash our hands beforehand. They were washed already. And I'm just going to top out any liquid that I can get. And then I'm going to put some vegetable. This is just some leftover split peas with vegetables cooked together. And so I want to get that as much as, better let it sit in a sieve, but because I'm trying to be as quick as possible, I'm just going to use my hand there and get that out. Just take a little bit of that, take a nice couple of handfuls. It's a little bit moist, but that's okay. And then we're going to use, since we don't have rice right now, we have buckwheat today. We have this, we're going to put this in here. Okay, you see that consistency is a little bit thick, so you want to add also some breadcrumbs. So you take a couple of pieces of bread, put them in the toaster and get them nice and broken down and little pieces. Put that together. A couple of tablespoons of this peanut butter. That's about, let's just finish it off here. That's about what's left here. A couple of tablespoons. Get it all out. Throw in the nuts. And the rest of that, and some of your oregano. Just, you know, I usually don't measure it, but I like to get a couple of, excuse me, that's a little bit much. But that's okay to go over. It's really good stuff. Oregano gives a lot of punch. So, excuse me. Get that in there. Get some basil in there. Usually a couple tablespoons, teaspoons or tablespoons, depending on your flavor. But if you want it really herby, so much fragrance, it's going to be so nice. Oops, excuse me. Okay. And your miso, use a couple. And if you don't even have a spoon, use a knife. And just get a nice tablespoon of that in there. Or maybe a little bit more. And if you, to really, a nice little thing is to actually add a little stevia. If you know what that is, it's like a sugar, but no sugar. It's a sweetener. So it's not a lot of people, they don't know, but a little teaspoon of stevia actually can give it a little flavor too. There we go. And I will show you when it's all put, when you kind of like mush it together, you see it gets thicker and thicker. And just putting it together, and you might not need to add the tapioca at all. Might need a little salt for the flavor. Some people like, especially Indians, they don't like to use garlic a lot of times. Sometimes they do, but this is hing, asafoetida. You can get in a lot of Indian stores or online. It's really amazing. It has this kind of flavor that is kind of like garlic, but it's not. It doesn't have that bad breath afterwards. A teaspoon or less, you kind of give it that flavor as well. And you can see you got kind of a consistency here that's kind of still a little bit moist. So I'll probably have to, it'll probably be okay. I'd probably add a little bit of this tapioca, which in Spanish it's called manioca or cassava. So a little bit of cassava is good to put in your, but it just takes a little bit more time to cook. Otherwise, you could just really pretty much just eat this as a dish too, without cooking. Once you put this in, you'll have to cook it. Okay.
Hey,
okay, that's it.
If you add more bread, will that help?
Yeah, I'm going to keep putting the bread in. That's probably going to help it as well. But you see how simple that was? It just takes a few moments, and you really got a really simple, tasty, wonderful thing full of positive, hopefully healthy leftovers. And then you can just add different types of butters. Like I said, nut butters. You can add a little salt. You can add different types of flavors that you like. Curry. Just, you know, cut up bell peppers. Little pieces are better though. Smaller pieces hold it better together. And here we go. Yeah, and my sister was right. Look at that. Now it's even more thick, and this is probably thick enough to just put right on the grill like that. And you want to get that miso really worked in there, because if you get a chunk of it, it is really strong. So you want to go nice and slow and thorough mixing. So it doesn't look amazing at this moment, but it'll taste. And sometimes I use spinach or cauliflower, and you don't even have to steam it first. You can just put it in raw and just cook it nicely, just for 3 to 5 minutes on the burner, and you got a nice little patty there. And you want to like probably move it around a little bit so it doesn't get all blotchy and sticky. I mean, put it right on the burner. There you go. And this is going to be beyond belief. We didn't put tapioca in this time because I don't think we needed it.
Another way to form them is to put it
If you want to make them perfect, you can take this. My sister's saying take a little former thing here, and just okay. Got a perfect round burger. Gonna make it perfectly round. Okay, almost perfectly round. Look at that. Smart idea. Yeah, you can use a lid, or you can just, so people go, oh, what kind of burger is that? Perfectly round, beyond belief, impossibly amazing, enolvidable burgesa, que no vas a creer, pero es bueno, señores. Pruébalo. Try it, that means, right? Okay, thank you so much. Enjoy, and we'll taste it in a minute.
We are vegan to end suffering and sorrow. We are vegan for the animals.